Hello there, dear viewers. This is Trussell242, and it's time for another episode of 2 Point Hospital, wherein I will be going to Mitton University again and try to get at least 1 star. Now, we shall see where we are in the whole star business. I need to cure a patient in chromotherapy. I'm putting it on slow so that I can talk whilst I work. And do we even have a chromotherapy room? No, I don't think so. Perhaps we should add one over here. We certainly have the money for it. 30,000. Since the chromotherapy research project has just been finished. So let's do it. I'll make it a rather large one. And the machine is quite large as well. Yeah, I reckon something like that looks good. And a console.
Maintenance announcement. Automated snack machines need restocking manually.
Over there. We need a bin. Always good to have a bin. Fire extinguisher. Safety first. Hand sanitizer. I keep putting them in every room just because, well, most hospitals I've visited have hand sanitizers practically everywhere. We need a radiator. Coffee maker. The clock is always good. And a nice chair, since I do believe that the nurse in here will be idling quite a lot, so that they can have some place to sit down. An anatomy poster, perhaps to show how you look when you're not suffering from grey anatomy. And, well, I do believe that's it. There are a lot of patients are queuing by rooms run by nurses, but there are not any available. Consider hiring more nurses.
Nurse, please go to the
A
pharmacy.
new illness. Freudian lips. Our doctors have discovered a new illness, Freudian lips. A tendency to pout excessively when faced with a camera, caused by a build-up of lewd thoughts in the cerebral cortex. A psychiatrist must use a subconscious tap to drain the excess thoughts into a beaker, after which it can be safely disposed of in an incinerator. We will send the patient for treatment in our psychiatry. And Assistant Gil Phoenix, well, student assistant Gil Phoenix can't be trained right now because the training room is busy. Ooh, yes. 1 star. Congratulations, your hospital has been awarded a 1-star rating by the 2 Point Health Ministry. It bodes well that your organization has begun to dabble in research. Our initial note suggested, wrongly it seems, that you weren't well suited to this particular task. Rest assured that whoever was responsible for such an off-the-mark remark will be losing their job forthwith. Unless it was me, of course, perished the thought. I seem to have a bit of a trouble with speaking today. Strange. Continue with your studies for more rewards, or go elsewhere and expand your organization. Yours fragrantly, Tarkin Foxbridge. And we got a encyclopedia bookcase, which will help with the training speed. And a deluxe Olux 3. Very good. This room does look a bit rubbish, I don't know. I know it's with min-maxing to put in those so many anatomy models, but it's one for each student, so you can sort of demonstrate on the model what you're going to do. Let's see if we can pop a couple of these down, shall we? Well, evidently we can't, because this room is crammed with so much. Oh yes, I can put 2 of them in. I do believe that will do. Now we train a nurse in treatment. Now let's see, who else can we train? Well, we've got a doctor here. Francis Dork. Who's a GP, and I would like you to become a better GP, please. Since we have quite a lot of money. I reckon that's a good use for it. Ooh, there, I already built a chromotherapy ward, that's a bit silly of me. Let's just sell this room. I don't know why I didn't notice this one. There was supposed to this because for some reason this room looks rather dark and dreary. I wish we could put a light. I think that would help. I think it would help rather a lot. And we might need to put down a few benches over here. It's a bit of a narrow corridor.
Doctor to psychiatry, please.
But people should be alright. And I think perhaps I shall put in something over here. It's a bit boring. I'll add a light-headed poster. Just to sort of spread awareness about light-headedness. And I do believe that I can spread it up to normal speed now. Stop promotion. Bert Burke is ready for promotion. Well, indeed, I shall give you a bit of a pay boost as well. There you go. And we cannot train Jasper Parker, who is good at treatment.
Doctor to research, please.
And a staff challenge from Francis Stork. Cure 20 patients. Well, you know, sure. We'll try. It's a bit thirsty. Well, there is vending machines over there. And shall we choose some research? Upgrade to chromotherapy seems rather useful. Injection room could be useful as well, I think. Perhaps X-rays. I do believe we should try the injection room. I think it is rather good. It will cost a little bit, but it will be alright. We can upgrade the drug mixer in the pharmacy. Excellent. Well, can we though? Oh dear, a dead patient. Not a big fan of this. We don't have a psychiatrist, that's a bit of a problem. Let's check out the staff. We only have... Oh, Sue Milk is on a break, that's good. Peter Flobb is currently working as a GP, although she's not very good at it. You could do with some more psychiatry. Well, we can't train any of them. So to say. Oh yes, this one needs improvements. Because I do believe that what we need is essentially some places where there's a bit of a queue, but not a very large one, I must say. Close strong, alright. Oh dear. Treatment failed.
Patients must pay for good health.
Oh, she's good at the ward. Hang on, let's see who's doing what jobs then. Nurses, well, I mean, you can work in the pharmacy, but I would rather you work in the ward. And you are good at diagnostics, so you'd have if you worked in general diagnostics and cardiology, and preferably not the ward. And you're good at treatment, so you could work, you don't have to do the whole diagnostics bit. And you're also good at diagnosing people, so you don't have to work in... Yeah, people do get diagnosis in the ward, though. Well, let's see how this all works out, shall we? Yes, this is diagnosis as well. And this is treatment. We do need another ward nurse. And we need to promote Francis Stork, who got a bit better at being GP. And there is a emergency of grey anatomy. 7 grey anatomy patients. Well, I suppose we could try it.
decided not to believe in ghosts.
Let's give Alison Mason a bit of a salary boost as well as a promotion. And also Clementine Cloud. There you go. And then let us train someone in psychiatry, since I do believe we need one. But we will have the one psychiatrist, Dr. Sue Milk, whom we could train in psychiatry. Oh, we can start training. And then in this new building we might build another training room. I think would be rather good, since we aren't very good at curing patients, which I think is simply because, well, the staff isn't very well trained.
Maintenance
Make it a bit of a big
announcement.
one.
Plants need water.
And we don't need a whole lot of people really. I mean, I tend to make this quite large, though I really don't need to. Bins over useful, some hand sanitizer. Put radiator and anything on that. Coffee maker, definitely needed.
Nurse to the pharmacy.
And I prefer having these bookcases, since they actually help with training speed. There we go, lots of books for them to refer to. Let's see if there's anything we can unlock, since we have quite a lot of kudos. Well, we could get the display skeleton, which seems rather useful. Brain anatomy
Doctor
poster.
needed in psychiatry.
I think I like that one. Eye test poster. Does it do anything? No. Rorschach poster? No. Food pyramid poster? No. And these are just paintings. Certificates. Gold Star Award. Notice board? No. Whiteboard? No, that doesn't do anything either. We should have the brain anatomy poster around here somewhere. And I suppose we could put up the anatomy model over here as well. There you go, that's what you look like. And then perhaps I shall unlock another plant, since I learned on the brilliant YouTuber Glala's videos that the yucca plant here and the cactus don't need as much watering. So it will save on janitor usage. A clock is always useful, so you can tell if you're...
It's time for the news now. A leak has been discovered in one of the Meltdown's factories. Police say they may have to evacuate the surrounding region, which sounds like a great excuse to go on holiday for a few weeks. Lucky people!
The psychiatry training is about done. I have 7 patients in the queue. Staff challenge, we failed completed. Yes, indeed, we did. Which, again, I think is because the staff isn't very good. And we need to promote Dr. Sue Milk. Her floppy hair here reminds me of Sue Perkins from the... I mean, for instance, she was on the old Great British Bake and if she was a doctor, I think that would be her. Well, let's start some other course. What do we need? This doctor's got treatment, I don't know why, really. And this nurse has got treatment. We could give her some extra treatment skills, since it's always useful. And then we could see if we can train someone else around here. We can train Brangelina Pratt to be a better GP, which I think is a good use of our time. By Dr. E. Huggles. Yes, indeed. There we go. I just realized this place is going to be rather cold. I should put in a radiator, so, you know, people don't freeze to death. Just going to pop them around the place and then We see. Yeah, it looks a bit rubbish, but you know, hey. Okay, the queues are increasing. But not an unmanageable number, I must say. They look decent enough. I like looking at the grey anatomy. You can see that the patient is sprayed with colour, which is such a bright, lovely smile. I love it. They look so happy when it happens. Oh dear. Henry Jobsworth, the county's foremost health and safety inspector, will be visiting us for our inspection soon. Ooh, alright. Well, this grey anatomy emergency is going, you know, terribly. Because he's not very good. Yes. But he managed to cure this patient, Molly Woodwind. Well done. I can upgrade the dehumidifier, which I think will be rather good, since it's always important, and I can upgrade the deluxe a lot. I just like upgrading everything. I think it's good. It's a good use of our time.
The health inspector is coming. Please try to look
I
healthy.
mean, the hospital is rather decent at least. We don't have a lot of cures, but
we're coming up to the top of the hour, which, if you ask me, is the very best part
let's
of the
sell
hour.
this plant and
I
replace it
know,
with
some of
a
you will
yucca
say,
plant.
but Ricky, what about the bottom of the hour? And you'd be right.
Since it requires much less watering. This grey anatomy thing was absolute rubbish.
Maintenance announcement. Bins will become full.
Let's check out the patients list. We can see which ones we can essentially just send off to. This one is pointed to the GP, but just send it to the pharmacy. Troy Explosion, well, he just went in and he's going to be diagnosed with grey anatomy. Wood, we can send you off as well. And you just went in. Montepillo, sure. Sometimes you have to do this, it's a bit boring, but 88%, that's pushing it a bit, but I just want this one, especially with low health. Put him out, alright then. Something there we go.
Nurse required in Clown Clinic.
You can't choose them when you're in the bathroom.
Training course completed.
We simply aren't diagnosing enough people. And now the queues have been slightly better, which is very good to see. And we did not cure enough of our patients. Our reputation has sunk a little bit, but it's still very good. And we've discovered a new illness, inflated ego, a dangerous build-up of narcissistic thoughts. If left untreated, parts of the ego begin to protrude from every orifice, which is highly unpleasant for everyone nearby. A psychiatrist must carefully deflate the ego using a massive pin. And I guess we can cure 10 patients at the very least. And we shall promote Angelina. Yes, indeed. They will begin to move a bit faster and just generally become better at their job.
Nurse, please go to the
Oh dear, and
pharmacy.
we need an injection room, but since we haven't got one, we can just send this patient home. If you're looking for work, then I mean, I would like you to work. Please. Let's check out our staff. I guess it's Alison Mason up next. I mean, if she's yes, can train her, very good. Going to become a better GP. And then we can train someone like, say, a nurse or something. Perhaps Dr. Ned Asher, a psychiatrist. Yeah, sure. We'll do this. And we'll send Dr. Herman Freud. Now, the queues shouldn't be that horrible. And the research is sort of slowly moving along here. I mean, at least he's got his coffee.
Tired of hearing all the good things going on in the world?
Although perhaps I need to put in something
headlines
like
and positive articles? Then read the Daily Sneer,
the
because
sweet
good
dispenser
news
if you get a bit
is
hungry.
bad news. 24 hours a day.
I like putting in little things that means the patients can satisfy the various needs. Oh dear, someone with low health. Now you've got grey anatomy, my friend. Yeah, I think it's very genetic. Or she, I shouldn't be called calling
Toilets need
people.
routine servicing.
He, that's bad form. Well, we can't train Peter Flob just yet. We cannot upgrade any of these machines. See how things going in the ward. I mean, we have 2 nurses. Only one of which is trained for ward. I mean, he's doing a thumbs up, which is rather good, I suggest. Let's watch
Nurse
it.
needed in chromotherapy.
I mean, I think things are going quite alright. At the moment, we're a bit of a queuing, but it's not a massive problem. Oh, he's leaving the hospital, he's done. This person must have liked it. And we don't have an injection room, so there's nothing we can do about that. We would not have a psychiatrist, that's a bit of a shame. And we don't have a lot of nurses. We have far more doctors than we have nurses, even though we really do need a lot of nurses as well. Oh dear, Emma McBoatface, look. Oh, she's on a break. Good, good, good. I was a bit worried. You might need to hire a new nurse, in fact. Let's see, do I have anyone interesting? Sue Sausage, no. Pam Gamgee, no, she could be right. Related to Sam Gamgee, I reckon. Troy Rainbow, wow, he seems... He's inspiring, but he's romantic at positive, that's good. A natural mentor
Nurse
has
required a
potential.
general diagnosis.
Fast learner, yes indeed, I shall hire you, my dear friend. Go work somewhere. And we can't take anyone who is... Let's see, who was it that completed training? GP2. Well, I guess we could train up... We could train George Pager, I guess. In... Would be useful. I mean, diagnostics is always useful. I suppose pharmacy, having him as the sort of pharmacy nurse could be rather useful. So I think we should do that. The Bernard Nightingale. We can't train Peter Goop, our researcher.
Nurse called to Clown Clinic.
Jumbo Medical Solutions has introduced a wonderful new feature in all their hospitals. At one press of a button, bedridden patients can now order any Jumbo product and have it flown in by drone directly to their room. How's that for convenient?
Inspection report. Mr. Jobsworth has sent us a report from his recent visit. It's 30 pages, we haven't read it, but the conclusion reads, one of our county's better medical destinations. Destined to be a favorite of the sickly enthusiasts in the know. Well done. Well, that's good, I guess. We got some money of it, and some reputation, and some kudos. And we still don't have the injection room where our researcher is working on it. Go on, mate. You can cure Zeus from Mars, surely. There's a bit of queuing going on, but I don't think it's that bad just yet.
Maintenance announcement. Bins will become full.
Let's see if we can train anyone. Well, I guess we could train up Nurse Burke to become a bit better at treatment. By Meredith Beard, sure. Our researcher is working valiantly. I think people are doing alright. They're a bit bored, but well, I suppose I could put down a magazine rack or something around here. There should be some sort of wall space somewhere. Yes, here. No.
Doctor required in psychiatry.
This extinguisher a bit. I don't know why it's standing out in the corridor. I guess it just, in case it's needed. Let's place down a magazine rack here so they can have something to read. Staff promotion. Hazel Iceman. Sure, I'll give you a bit of a pay rise as well. And we still don't have an injection room, so there's not much I can do about it, I'm afraid. So many grey anatomy people.
You're on the air with Ricky Hawthorne. Well, actually, I'm the one who's on the air. You're just listening to me being on the air.
We're not making that much money.
Listening to the air.
Pricing. We'll just slash our prices by 10% all across the board. It's going to make us more popular. That might make patients a bit happy to see us, which is very good. At least I think so. And I suppose now we can just wait. There's not a lot to it really. I suppose we could train someone else. Only Milk, how would you like to be even better at the ward? Oh dear, Emma McBoatface. Sure. I mean, things seem to be running along rather smoothly, this place.
Doctor required in research.
Oh, the researcher must have gone on break or something. Very well. The queues aren't that bad. We might build some sort of diagnostics thing over here though. That might be a good idea, I'm not entirely sure. since we have the general diagnostic room over here, let's see, can we upgrade? Yes, we can upgrade the easy scan. Let's upgrade it. And while we're at it, I suppose we could just build another diagnosis room over here. It's a bit of a strange flow, I guess, patients-wise, but I wonder if we even have cardiology. I'm not sure where to. Cardiology is quite useful as
Maintenance
a diagnostic
announcement.
too.
Automated snack machines need restocking manually.
I'll just pop it over here.
Yearly review imminent.
No, I don't want to. Oh dear, I guess I missed the award, so I did. Just pop in a couple of these in medicine cabinet, shall we? I mean, it is for diagnosis, so I can put in a punching bag inside cardiac. That's ridiculous, but I will do that. So glucose is rather ridiculous. I suppose they can see the patient's heart rate after they've been punching it. Some coffee, and some sweets, and I don't have a poster since we don't have a poster of the heart per se. Okay, nice little clock. There we go. There's a night fever emergency. Might be a... no, let's not do that. And Ned Asher is ready for promotion. And he doesn't like being in photographs. And we can train Penelope Rainbow, who is one of our diagnostics nurses. Let's see if we can train someone else. We can train Emma McBoatface too, I guess. 5,000 for the completion of some training. Now, Naomi Milk is going to be better at the ward, which is good. She's also going to move rather a lot faster. We're beginning to get some low health patients around. That's a bit.
Nurse needed in chromotherapy.
Some good advice.
It appears that it's a diagnosis that's the problem here, really.
If at first you failed,
He's good at treatment, he shouldn't be working as a GP. That's rubbish. Hang on. I think I've done this wrong. No, you're not supposed to be a GP. And you're not supposed to be a GP either. So please stop. We're losing money as well. I guess it's because we have a rather large
Maintenance
influx
announcement. Plants
of
need
patients.
water.
And they're not very good at what they do. But I mean, some more diagnosis would be very useful. There's nobody here to staff it. Let's just see. Oh yeah, let's look at train 2 nurses. And George Pater is working in general diagnostics, even though we'd rather have him work at the pharmacy. Sure can work in general diagnostics and cardiology, but not the ward or any of those places. We need another nurse for the ward, clearly. So let's see if we can hire one.
Doctor to psychiatry,
Troy
please.
Rainbow, sure, we'll hire you. And just, immediately put you in the ward, I guess. No, not replacing Bert Burke. Fine, I guess. Bert Burke is good at treatment though, so I suppose he could work in the ward. Oh dear, no, we can't do this, and we'll get to level 4. But we can, however, train Janitor Jess Sandals in something. I guess maintenance would be rather useful. Ooh, and the patients just keep piling up. This is not going very well. Oh dear. We've finally completed the injection room, which is good.
Doctor required in GP's office.
This is turning into a bit of a mess, honestly. A massive mess. I mean, these queues are unacceptable. This is ridiculous. This is not going well. I mean, we at least gained a star, but at what cost?
Maintenance announcement. Automated snack machines need restocking
Oh
manually.
man, health depleted. I hate that. That means that they've been queuing for too long. Yeah, this is not very good. Well, at least we can promote these nurses and become a bit better at their jobs. And then I do believe it's time that we train perhaps one of our GPs to become a little bit better at their job. Hazel Iceman, yes. And yes indeed, I think this is where we'll end this episode. Having made Mitton's hospital into a bit of a mess. But hopefully things will be sorted out once our doctors become better at their jobs. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Christian242 playing 2 Point Hospital. A truly brilliant game, honestly. If you're a fan of the old Bullfrog Simulator games, or for instance Mucky Foot's Startopia, Dungeon Keeper 2, Theme Hospital, you know, games like that, you'll probably enjoy this game too. So why don't you check it out?
Announcement. Bins will
Anyway,
become
we will
full.
see you soon in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye bye!